Hello, hi everybody. I'm Matt here with Tom Greenwell, our CEO and owner of Greenwell Farms. And today, Tom, we're in the cupping room.
Yep.
Tell us about the cupping room. What do we do here?
Well, this is what determines quality, not determines the quality, but
Where you evaluate it, right?
evaluates the quality of our coffee.
Right.
And, so we like to, every year that, coffee tastes a little different due to weather conditions. And so we like to cup it and be able to, describe it.
Sure. So this is one of the charts that they use on the Specialty Coffee Association evaluation. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, on this chart, you'll see that there's multiple scoring areas. So they evaluate the coffee for acidity, body, sweetness, citrus, so they score it, and at the end it totals up to a number around, hopefully above 80.
Above 80 to be specialty coffee, right?
Yeah.
So you can see there's a little box in the upper corner, and then each one you put your score, tally them up, and then you get your 0 to 100 score. You can write individual flavor notes, and a lot of people always ask me, are you just making stuff up? But I don't know if you are familiar with flavor wheels, but how are these used in the industry?
Well, that actually helps the cupper come up with a description.
I see.
Because you obviously, when you hear blueberry, it's not like blueberry pie,
Right. Sure.
But it's usually got something very faint in it. People like I can taste chocolate, but blueberry or raspberry, they all taste the same.
Interesting.
But they actually, when you start listening to these cuppers in here, and they're describing the coffees from the paper after scoring it, and they have the same, note.
Sure.
And a lot of times they won't.
Right.
But I'm surprised. I'm not that good at it. That's why we have.
Your wife Jennifer and of course Chai are our two on-site curators. How long does it take them to learn, to get that license to be a Q grader and evaluate coffee professionally?
Well, Chai, for instance, I think she studied for a year on just different coffees and everything to do it. And it took my wife probably the same, because Chai actually, after she got her lesson, she trained Jennifer. And, but Jennifer was the first Q grader to get her license in Hawaii.
Oh, nice.
Not in Hawaii, but the license, her test was in Hawaii, and that was the first one. Yeah, very cool. She has something.
Now we have this little drum roasters here, and on the table we have some green coffee. So how do we go about evaluating roast profiles?
Okay, so you take 100 grams of green bean, and we roast it in there, and the cupper will, the Q grader, will take it up to either a cupping profile, which is fairly, really a medium roast,
Right.
or when we start doing, like for our medium roast or full city dark, and every year it changes a little bit to the roast. It's not just the color the roast makes the coffee.
Right.
We will cup it until we find that one roast profile that works.
Gotcha.
Then you got to transfer that to the roasting room.
Right. And this is craft roasting, so how hard is it to stay consistent, batch after batch after batch?
Well, really what they do is we keep continuously cupping that coffee, and it may change through the year.
I see.
Or, because if you harvest the coffee today, we mill it in 2 months, and then it ends up getting roasted in January through, say, June. It's going to change a little bit.
Right.
You're going to have to change it to bring out all the, the fine nuances of that coffee.
I find that fascinating for you folks at home is, you think about, wine changing year to year, but we rarely think about that in coffee. I think because a lot of people were used to the large commodity coffees that all kind of have that flat
But
taste.
they'll have like 20 or 30 cuppers in there.
Right. But they use blends and they kind of use everything to keep it consistent. Here, you're getting that small variation, as you said, not just year to year, but sometimes month to month,
Within the
depending
crop
on the
year.
season. Right?
Absolutely.
That's fascinating. So this is, in a sense, like the brains. I don't know if the brains are right, but this is really guiding the quality of what the end consumer is going to get in their cup. Right? So it's a pretty important aspect of what we do, right?
Yeah, because you can have a certain time of the year where the beans didn't develop, they will develop and ripen, the fruit ripened, but the bean didn't. So we try to catch that right away, just get that out of, for our fine high-end coffees.
Right.
Right. And no, it's a very critical part of keeping quality. Quality is what we do here, and without quality, we wouldn't exist as an industry.
And then before you enter competitions, like, we're doing that, this is where you decide which ones are going to competitions, right? So typically, how many coffees would you start with before you decide on the ones you're going to enter?
Well, basically, we give all our farms a chance, by farm, by variety, and we'll just, wean it down to our best, what we think our best 3 or 4 coffees are.
Right. That's very cool. I think you guys saw a glimpse today into a part of coffee most people don't get to see is, you have a team of people just guiding the taste profiles, the roast profiles, the bean qualities, and just very focused on creating that perfect cup at the end of it. So you're happy with the team you have in place to do that?
Absolutely.
Nice. Glad to hear that. Yeah. You better say that. Well, thank you guys so much. We'll see you in, I guess it's going to be November now, and have a happy Halloween. Thanks so much, Tom.
All right.
Have a
Thank you.
lovely day.
Aloha.